Robert is going to make a braised oxtail and short rib stew for dinner. These are oxtails we picked up at Sam's Club yesterday. They were $6.50 a pound. So oxtail's price has just gotten ridiculous. This is some braised short rib, or I'm sorry, beef short rib that we had in the freezer that he wanted to use up before it got freezer burn. And then we're just gonna do carrots, onion, and a potato. And we have a supervisor, a couple supervisors. Nutmeg, you know you're not supposed to be on the counter. Robert is also adding 6 cloves of garlic to his stew base. We're trying to train him to only sit on the bar stools, not to jump on the counter. It's a work in process.
Work in process, all right.
And then he's got some leftover tomato paste this week that he's gonna add to the stew base. Just trying to use up what we got so nothing goes to waste. Robert is browning the spare ribs, and he's got this, what do you call it, like a stew base? A beef stock base. And then what's this other one? I think that's the beef stock. This is
his wine.
Oh, this is the red wine. And this is his beef stock base. Some herbs, the tomato paste I mentioned. Garlic. This has all kinds of different spices on it. I'll link a recipe down below. But it's like Robert follows a recipe, but then he does his own thing, so. Now he's braising the oxtail. Looks like you put some spices on that. Oh,
I did.
Like what kind of spices?
Seasoned salt.
Seasoned salt?
And pepper.
Pepper. That's it? And you're just browning them, right?
Browning them for 10 minutes.
Browning them for 10 minutes. He just deglazed the pan with the red wine. And he's going to, are you sauteing the onions in that?
I'm going to cut the garlic.
The garlic.
The onions.
The onions.
Tomato paste. And spices.
Oh my God, that wine smells good.
Yes, it does.
Let me stir that while you grab the onions. Oh my God, that smells so good. So he's deglazing for 6 minutes, just enough for the wine to cook down. All right, now he's mixing everything together. The meat on the bottom, the vegetables, adding the deglazed mixture. And he's gonna cook it on medium to low heat for 3 hours.
Get some of that juice in there.
I know you might need to make a little more stock, I don't know. Oh no, that covered everything.
Yep.
I'm very bad about like depth perception. I was like, that's not enough liquid, but it is. It covers everything perfectly. Sorry, I just wanted to show like how I didn't think it would cover everything, but it did. So like a perfect situation is if you had a cast iron to cook this all in, but our cast iron is just a little bit smaller. I don't think it would be enough for all the liquid. So
I kind of like to do it in the stove, but I plan on making bread, so.
Yeah, so normally he would have put it in the oven to bake for 2 to 3 hours, but we were going to make bread. That didn't work out, so it can be done in the oven. What temperature would you have done it in the oven?
300.
300. And so it would have been 300 in the oven. Would you have covered it with aluminum foil or just left it? Covered it with aluminum foil. So now instead we're cooking it on top, low to medium heat for 3 hours. This is a dish his mom made a lot growing up, like oxtails, all kinds of oxtail stuff.
You should have kept the oxtail separate from the spare ribs.
Yeah.
We didn't get spare ribs enough.
So yeah, the only reason it should have just been just oxtails, but we were cleaning out the freezer. We found spare ribs we forgot about, and that's why we're adding it to this pot, because we don't want anything to go to waste. It's been 3 hours. It's looking good. It's not as thick as Robert would like, but he doesn't want to do the cornstarch thickener. So we're just gonna, I don't mind it a little soupy. You just don't like the flavor of cornstarch? Or?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, usually it cooks it out, but
put flour in it.
I've never done that, so he might just use... Okay, well, there's flour right there. He might do a little flour slurry to make it thicker. So yeah, it's been 3 hours. We put some biscuits in the oven because, you know, store-bought biscuits, because the bread idea didn't work out for the day. Robert took all the meat out and he just added a little flour slurry. Is that the right word?
I think you got the right word. I think you're pretty close, if not. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's bring that up to boil and call it a day.
And then if you wanted, you could take the meat off the bone and put it back into the stew, but we like to eat it off the bone, so.
That bone ain't got no meat.
Here is the stew. Robert thickened it up quite nicely. And then these are the spare ribs, and this is an oxtail. If you were serving it for people, like, yeah, you would take the meat off the bone and put it back in. But like we said, we like it on this side. And I've already tasted it. It's absolutely delicious. All the potatoes have pretty much broken down, but you can still see carrots. And then Robert, he just really, really likes the oxtails.
Love the oxtails. Big fan of oxtail.
So these short ribs that have, do you remember where you got them?
Deerbergs.
Deerbergs, which is a local grocery store in St. Louis. They're absolutely delicious. Oh, you better watch it. He's got a sneaky cat. I haven't had the oxtail yet. Robert says they're pretty fatty. We're a little disappointed. We got them at Sam's Club, and he had to cut a lot of fat off because he's just had better oxtails, that these aren't a very good quality. I'm gonna try the oxtail right now.
They're not as flavorful.
It's good, but it is fatty.
It's a
I can always feel like the fat getting caught in my teeth right now.
Yeah, but that's how
Well,
they are.
It's good, but that's because
They're not the best though.
Robert is an excellent cook. I can do sweets. I'm really good at like cakes and stuff, but Robert's the savory cook in the family. These are the short ribs. So good. So yeah, I'll link the recipe down below. Robert followed it, majority of it, he followed it. So you'll get an idea. It's so good. I definitely will be doing this meal again.